Hello and welcome to another episode of Chaos in London. So this scene is set at the Crossroads Bar, which is a little bar set in the basement of a fishing shop near the Thames River. When Sophia and Tova enter, the uh, the lady will see Sophia and she'll wave them through. And when you open the door and go down, description is for Tova. It opens into a very large nightclub, which I believe I have the picture to pull up. There are guards, and they will ask for any weapons she has. Put them in a box, put her name on them, store them. Um, and it's actually a very large nightclub for a city like London, which is very crowded. Um, and yeah, go ahead and introduce. This is what it looks like, by the way.
Very nice.
And it's no nightclub in London is that big. That's clearly unnatural. um, so okay, yeah. So I guess wow. What do you drink?
Um, she like she doesn't really drink, to be honest, but
No. Okay. Well.
like I don't.
I'll find us a table. I will join you shortly. Sophia will get up to the bar, order red wine for herself, and I guess just a water then for Tova if she hasn't expressed anything.
Yes, water is great.
Maybe probably ice since it's quite very hot at the moment here. Or maybe it's not if the weather's started. Yes. And
Prosperity's at the bar when Sophia goes up to the bar.
Oh, hello again.
Oh, hello, Sophia. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm well. I think I just walked into something on my way here, but never mind. How are you? How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. Do you need to talk about it?
We can do. With a friend I picked up on the way, actually. Do you want to join us?
Well, of course. And she'll stand up and she will follow Sophia back to where Tova's sitting.
Tova, this is my friend Prosperity. We met her last time I was here.
She gives a smile and a little wave. Hi, Prosperity.
Oh, it's so very nice to meet you. She says she just straight up hugs Tova. And
all right, Tova will hug her back.
And then she'll like go from the hug and sit down next to her. She has like a very tall blue drink. And she says, "So I hear the two of you got into a bit of trouble on your way here."
You could say that.
Running with one of those fellows in red robes I've heard about.
Oh, one of those street prophets. Did they do anything?
Oh, it was bothering Tova here, but he went away once people stood up to him.
She nods.
Oh. That's interesting. Did he ask you for anything? Was he looking for something?
He was. He was wearing a red cloak. And he said that he could fix me.
I wonder what he meant by that. And then she smiles and says, "I don't see anything wrong with you, so I don't know what he thinks he needed to fix."
She smiles. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And then she takes a sip from her drink and says, "So, did you see where he went to?"
Oh, I know. I think he just sort of vanished in front of us.
Well, that's definitely strange.
And then it started
Mhm.
raining.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly unusual for it to rain in London. And she chuckles.
I know, given the heat wave recently, it was quite refreshing. But I don't know. The rain didn't look quite right to my eyes.
And she says, "Well, that definitely is something to be worried about. Did he try to hurt you?"
Oh,
He grabbed me. Was going to force me to go with him. I could have done something about it, but we were very much in public.
Yes. Can't be causing too much drama in public.
so have
No.
these red street preachers? Have they been seem to bother anyone else, or is it just well, people like Tora?
I don't know. I've just heard that they've been on the streets, but I don't know too much about them. Like, I've seen them when I'm walking around and stuff, but I haven't really interacted with them. I'm not one for dealing with crazy religious types myself. So, this is most peculiar. Did he say who he was or anything like that by any chance?
No, but I could smell what he was. At least he could have been more than that, but at the very base.
That, hmm, that's not good.
It was at the very least, a corrupted version of what I am.
And what are you? She kind of says with this big earnest like expression on her face.
She takes a deep breath and she's like, yes, fine. Um, a werewolf.
Oh, that's cool. And she smiles really brightly. I know I'm kind of blasé about it, but honestly, I've met really weird things here. There's a banshee that I met who was really cool the other day. There's been like dwarves and all kinds of creatures in here. So honestly, it's kind of refreshing to meet a werewolf.
Oh, I don't suppose you know what's her name, Ash or Ashley. She was another one like you who came here.
And Prosperity's looking curiously at Tova.
I She shakes her head.
Actually, if you want, Lindsay, give me 1 second. I can give you something to roll to see if you've heard of her.
Ooh, okay, cool.
I gotta look on her sheet really quick. Because I don't know her glory right off the top of my head. And I like using that roll. So go ahead and roll. Oh, where do you have a renown chart, Polly? There it is. Roll 4 dice.
Okay.
and standard difficulty. And if you get like one or two successes, it'll give you some information that you would have heard about this Garu.
Nope. Nothing.
Oh, so you have no idea who she is.
Yeah. And yeah, she'll say, I don't, as I told you,
No matter.
before, Sophia, we've only just gotten here, so.
She was the one who mentioned to me about the Windsor Park. Apparently, it fell to creatures called Fomori a few weeks ago. This was a few weeks before Donald Trump arrived there.
He makes a face.
I'm not sure if those events are connected or not, but so she was Ashley was quite shaken. I think it was still recent in her. Obviously, there have been some losses. I don't know much more than that.
And Prosperity is watching Tova's face to see if she reacts to this information at all.
She, out of character, I'm out of the loop too, so.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I'm like,
If you want to roll enigmas to try and interpret it, that's always an option.
sure. I should
Yes,
hopefully have an enigma.
You might know Windsor Park as a Khan, if that might be common knowledge, but
Yeah,
Windsor Park is what?
it's
a Cairn.
Is a Cairn. Oh, yeah. So, and what was going on there?
It's fallen to creatures called Fomori.
Oh, yeah. No, she does know. That's the reason she was fucking sent here, was to help. So yeah, she does react to that. And she nods. Yes. That's the reason I'm here. Is there was a call for aid, and I volunteered.
That's very noble. Are you a warrior?
My yes.
And Prosperity nods. I'm not a warrior, but I know several people who are. One of my old friends, Alec, was a warrior, but I haven't seen him in a while. He's been busy. Although, if you ever need someone to heal you or anything, I can help you with that. And she smiles really brightly.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I also, even though my affiliation is of warriors, and I am one, I'm also a healer. So, yeah.
A useful person to know then.
I can also, yes, this would be useful for you to know as well. I can also speak with spirits.
Oh, that's definitely useful. There's a lot of them in here.
She nods.
Oh, this is gonna add a character. This is probably gonna go really funny with Tova's tribe. She says, "So you're kind of like if someone took a Vanir and then I'm trying to remember out of character the word for Asgardian. That's not Asgardian because I know that's a Marvel thing. An Acer.
An
She
an
goes-
Acer.
So you're like if someone took an Acer and a Vanir and they had a kid, that would kind of be like you, right?"
She chuckles. Actually, that's really not that far off.
Yeah, I was talking with Nidog the other day, and he said that that kind of thing is actually pretty common, more common than you'd think.
That's interesting.
Oh, and her face brightens up. Have you ever been to the spirit realms?
Yes, I have. I kind
Well,
of specialize in as my purpose to my people. That's kind of what I do. Is the other side, so to speak.
This
so
like it's become an interrogation. Don't feel you have to answer anything you don't want to.
No, I know. I have a feeling that we probably have similar abilities and experiences.
There are those among us who know of the spirit world, and some can go there.
So I'm planning a trip to Vanaheim sometime with my mentor. Would you like to come? And she's
Um,
smiling really brightly at Tova.
Sure. I don't see why not.
Yes, we're going to go and talk with Freya and Freyr and learn from them.
Okay, yeah, yep. Absolutely. This is her tribe. Hello.
Oh.
She's nodding like, "Oh, yes, I would very much like to go with you."
You have to be careful though, because someone's been going around killing the gods. So if you see like a shadow, that's like trying to eat like artifacts of power, run away. I tried to kill it with squirrels, but it didn't work.
With squirrels?
Yes. We had a number of squirrels that were birthed by Ratatosk that were in the fairy tree. And we were attacked by the thing that's killing the gods after the dwarf Eitri showed up with Mjolnir. And I told the squirrels that the thing made out of shadows was really tasty and that they should eat it because they eat people, evidently. And when they went to go eat it, they just died. And add a character, I realize how fucking trippy that sounds, but she is saying all of this with a completely straight face.
So, roll like I don't know, perception, empathy to see if what she's saying is actually like she believes what she's saying or she's pulling her leg. Like,
Go for it.
oh my
It is a
god.
totally logical conclusion after the sentence that she just
Like, are you fucking with me? Like,
And for Nathan, for Sophia, her ring of truth is not going up or anything. She is completely telling the truth.
this is one success. So
Clearly wanted to quiet. Perhaps we could start at the beginning. Which gods have supposedly died?
Well,
yes, I would like to know that as well.
so evidently Odin died, but there's like pieces of Odin that survived. And then we know that the dwarf Eitri killed Thor, and Lady Sif is very mad about that. I had to run away very quickly when I told her that. But for right now, and Horus and Sekhmet, I think they said were dead from the Egyptian pantheon.
Okay, these are not minor gods, are they?
No.
Okay, so as soon as the little bits I'd heard it was very obscure minor entities.
Although the Thor wasn't killed by the shadow thing that's killing gods. That was Eitri. Evidently, some of the mages helped him. I think Lily said that she gave him quintessence and helped him do that, but she didn't realize it.
Oh, you're suggesting Lily helped the dwarf kill Thor?
Yes, but I don't think she realized that she did, because when he told her that, she seemed very upset.
Right. I'm not, and Horus, the god who defeated Set, if I recall correctly. You're saying he's dead?
From what I understand, I asked one of the Niger. I think they have a table over there, and she points over at a table where a bunch of very clearly Egyptian and Middle Eastern men and women are sitting, playing poker.
It seems a strange question to wander up and ask people if their god is dead. They might take offence.
That's fair.
Nietzsche would be impressed, but so I'll take this in now.
And she looks at Tova. Were you gonna ask a question?
Do you have any more information on who's doing this, or is it just a shadow?
From what I've seen, it was just like a shadow, like with no mind that I could touch. But I think it's one of the sins. That's what I think. But I have no evidence to back that up.
Like maybe wrath or something?
I don't know. I would think either wrath or pride.
Well, what can I do to help? Because this is definitely something that I personally, because of where I come from, my background, I would be interested in helping stop.
We encountered pride. It didn't manifest as shadow, for what that's worth.
What did it manifest as?
OC, I don't quite remember, but it was a humanoid shape. It was in a grove at the time. It seemed amenable to talking.
And then she kind of says, wait, it was in a grove. What grove was it in?
It was the one not far from where certain wizards used to have their home.
And her demeanor changes from like happy-go-lucky to really, really mad really quickly. She goes, damn it, that's not good. Did you visit the tree? Is he okay?
Oh, the tree you told me about? No, I haven't been there.
Okay. Yes, it's a fairy tree.
It's not sure. That's probably unrelated, isn't it? Well, do we know if these gods are actually dead? I mean, are they just not? There is death and there is death. Yeah, especially when we do speak of gods.
I don't know. From what I was told, Odin is dead and Thor is dead, but there's a way that we can maybe bring Thor back, and I'm working on it, but it's going to be very difficult.
Is it possible? There was that film recently, wasn't there, where they showed Odin dying? Is it possible that was part of this? They were trying to change the consensus to believe that Odin was dead.
I don't know. But my idea is to take a spirit, specifically Eitri, the spirit that killed Thor, and with the help of my mentor, to reshape its power, its legend, into the form of Thor, so it becomes Thor. Fitting punishment, I think, for the one who killed him and then attempted to take over his hall and his wife. And she has a very frosty expression when she says that. The other option, of course, is to step into the Fey realms and find the Fey representation of Thor and bring him into the Umbra.
I've had a rather bad experience with the fairy representation of a god recently.
Oh?
Well, Avu, you met him.
Oh, yes, he seemed very strange. But most of the fair folk are.
Thought he was I've been told he was an avatar of Anubis.
And you just hear one of the men at the Egyptian table call over, "No, he isn't." And for reference, the dude it's Winston Duke is the face claim. So he looks like M'Baku.
Okay. That's what he professed anyway. Or maybe he's just a little fairy who thinks he is. Well, it seems all this morbid talk of death has rather killed the conversation.
Hmm,
Um,
I don't know. I'm trying to think of how you could help Tova. One of the things that we were going to do is ask for advice, or at least that I was going to do is ask for advice from the Vanir when I visit Vanaheim. They are some of the most renowned healers in the Nine Realms, so if anyone would know how to bring a god back, I think it would be them.
you both sound like probably know the mythology better than I do. When Odin was he not crucified on the world tree for 9 days? Did that include him dying and coming back?
Hmm. I don't know. I'll be
As
honest.
I read, he was sacrificing himself unto himself, like our Lord was.
Kind of like that book, American Gods. Wasn't that the whole premise of that book?
I've
Toga
only,
nods.
I've only seen the TV series.
Ah, it's a
Does
good
also
book.
yes.
Oh, and she kind of chuckles and she says, "If you ever meet Nidhogg, don't bring up Snape to him. He doesn't like him. It's one of his least favorite characters."
Noted.
So my point was, if Odin has died and come back before, that we might have some faith that his death this time is also not permanent.
Yes, and I have heard that there's other aspects of him that survived, but it's more Thor and the Egyptian gods that I'm worried about. I mean, we could always take a trip into the Duat. I mean, that's technically where we are now, but we could always take a trip there to visit the Egyptian underworld, see if perhaps he has a representation there.
You seem very casual about these trips to the other worlds.
They just kind of happen to me. I mean, I don't usually seek them out. They just kind of happen. I'm just kind of used to it at this point.
Well, I don't know. I think if you're planning such a trip, you should get experts who are familiar with the topic, a native guide, so to speak.
That would be a good idea. I'll see what I can do about getting in contact with someone like that.
And yes, reading American Gods is probably not sufficient knowledge.
Yeah, probably. But no, no. It's all very interesting dealing with gods and demons, spirits like that. It's all very interesting, I find.
He nods.
Also, don't try touching Nidhogg's mind. He says that's a bad idea. She's saying this to Sophia.
Who's the dog exactly?
Oh, he's the dragon that gnaws on the roots of the world tree.
Right, yes.
He's actually pretty cool. Like, he really likes the Harry Potter books, I found out.
Right.
It's a long story.
Yeah, I don't think I'm anything quite like as well travelled as you are.
And she kind of chuckles and says, "And I did it all from London, too. Technically, I never left the city, so."
Is it not odd that there's all these issues with foreign gods that we don't hear more about the native gods here, the native mythology? I mean, I suppose maybe that's what the fair folk are.
Well, I mean, what native mythology would you be referring to? The King Arthur?
Well, 'cause that's part of it, I guess. I mean, we'd have to ask a local, but yeah, I think of King Arthur. I think of the I mean, there were all the Celtic gods, weren't there, before the Romans came?
And she's like, Cernunnos? Wasn't he one of them? I don't know very well, but I know some of my tradition mates
No,
worship. gods
Well,
like him.
when I was looking at Windsor Park, there was this stuff about Herne the Hunter, a Horn's ghost that haunts the place.
That's interesting.
That might be Kurnios, possibly.
Definitely. I mean, we could always ask around here. You know, when we're here, somebody might know something.
Well, not I'm particularly keen to meet any more gods. I think there's enough gods around here already by the sound of it, but it makes me curious that there's all this talk of foreign gods and not the native ones.
I mean, I know there are Irish gods that pretty often frequent this bar.
Yeah, I thought, are they so annoyed about what the British did to Ireland?
Yes, that's true.
I suppose this is London. Everyone, the whole world does come here.
Yes, and I mean, from what I understand, we aren't the only ones that are being reached out to. They're reaching out to people all over the world. So I suppose it makes sense that they'd reach to London. It is one of the most connected cities in the world.
Hmm. There definitely seems to be a lot of excitement around here.
Oh yes, there's no lack of excitement.
So, given what was said about the street preachers and what you know about Antova, and what you said, if one of them was to bother one of us, what would be the best thing to do?
She thinks, like, besides kill it, she doesn't have an answer.
Okay. I mean, and if we wanted to kill it, what would be the best way to do that? Or what ways would not work?
Well, I don't know what kind of abilities you have, but the anything that does a significant amount of something that inflicts much deeper wounds than like a normal knife or something like that.
I think I know what you mean. Something like fire, perhaps, or
Fire would work.
or a blessed weapon.
Yes, she nods. She doesn't want to give away too much because giving away their weaknesses gives away hers. So,
Yes. Good question, though.
like, just like however else you would kill a monster. Like,
It doesn't have any special like immunity to something. Then, okay.
not that I'm aware of. No.
Does it tend to be like mentally strong?
So that depends on the individual.
Right.
Some of them are actually quite mad.
Okay, so is it? I mean, would it be better to use to attack its mind rather than its body?
Possibly.
Mm.
If you have that capability.
Some of us probably can.
She nods.
Do you think they are spirits, or do you think they're simply men?
Both.
And she kind of tilts her head to the side. Really?
He nods.
That's very interesting. I admit, for all my experience with the other worlds, I do not possess any of the knowledge of the magics that make them up. But perhaps I shall have to look into that. And then she just literally just stands up and wanders away for a few minutes. Just no warning, and she just stands up and wanders away. Comes back about 2 minutes later with a steaming plate of nachos.
Oh, nice.
I was having a craving, so feel free to have some.
Tova will gladly share in the nachos, for sure.
And if you both are okay with it, I think we can end there amicably in having nachos, because I'm kind of running out of things to talk about.
Sure. Yeah, I really need to go anyway. So yeah, I'm good.
So, all right. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And remember, don't breach the veil.